let's talk a little bit about saying thank you. This is an incredibly impactful leadership skill. And since it's a skill, it's something that you can practice and you can get better at. And oftentimes we forget to say thank you, maybe because we just feel uncomfortable saying it with words. So, one of the tricks is to say it by some other means of communication. And in this video, I want to talk to you about using the written word. And we're talking about pen and paper to say thank you. I cannot stress just how powerful metaphysically it is to not only take a pen and write it down on paper, but also incredibly powerful for the person who receives it. I mean, just think for a minute. I'm sure all of you watching this have received a thank you card or a nice note from a friend or a family member, or maybe your mom put it in your lunch, or, something like that. They can pick us up when we're down. They're permanent. We can keep them. In fact, I bet you in your sock drawer or somewhere in your house, you have some of these cards or notes that you've kept. I have grandparents, they've passed now, but they were World War II era people. And back then, letter writing was customary. There wasn't email or texting or Snapchat or anything like that. So they wrote letters, and they're permanent. We have those. My parents have those letters, and you can go back and read them. Recently, I was at my in-laws' house, and my mother-in-law had a small autograph book from the late 1800s. It was her great-grandmother's or somebody she was related to. And for some reason, she had this out on the counter, and I looked through it, and it was just magic. I didn't know the people. But it used to be customary that when you'd visit somebody's home, you'd sign their autograph book. And you wouldn't just autograph it. You'd write a quote or a little note. You might draw a picture. But it was a way of keeping record of that visit. I know that's not something we really do anymore. But it was fascinating because it was over 100 years old. And there it was still, plain as day, right in my hand. It was really powerful. So us as leaders, that's what we want to do. We want to make a powerful impact on people in a positive way. And if somebody's done something for us, stop and take the time right in the moment, right after it happened, to write them a very short note of thanks and get that to them in a timely way, in a manner. If you got a gift for a holiday or birthday or graduating something or an accomplishment, you should that day, later that day, write them the thank you note and get it in the mail or get it to them as soon as possible. You don't want to delay on that, okay? Because procrastinating, I know we all do it, but this is not an area where you want to do that. All right? It's really one of the most thoughtful and effective ways to show that we care and that we're conscientious people. All right? So let's just turn the page here and think about a person in your life that's overdue a thank you. Now, I don't mind if you go ahead and send them a text. And don't tell them you're doing it for this class. Don't say, oh, my team leadership teacher told me that I needed to say thank you more often, so I'm sending you this text to say, thanks, Mom, I love you. No, don't tell them it's an assignment. But I want you to go out of your way and take 5 minutes, because that's all it takes, to write a special somebody, whether it's a friend, family member, sibling, parent, but maybe somebody who's overdue a thank you, that maybe you feel like you've taken advantage of them or taken them for granted. And just tell them thank you. And I really would like it to be on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be stationary, although now that you're becoming a young adult, you should have your own blank cards and envelopes, so that way you can write your thank you notes when it's time to. And don't forget, I just said it should be on a special occasion, a birthday, when you get a gift. But once in a while, write these kind of quote-unquote love notes just because on a random Tuesday. There shouldn't be any rhyme or reason behind it or occasion. Those are the ones that are the most special. They come out of nowhere. They're such a wonderful surprise, and they can really brighten somebody's day. And you have no idea just how meaningful that might be for that person in that moment, because we really don't know what people are going through. They may be going through something so heavy, and that one positive gesture that you took the time to go out of your way and do, you never know, could be life-saving. So that's the challenge. Your assignment is to thank somebody that's overdue. I really don't care how you do it, whether it's verbally, through a text, but I would really like it to be written. And make sure that that person gets that note, and they can get it today.